Okay, so I'm going to be sewing the athletic leggings together. I've already put on a little stripe on the side. This is something you just lay down the middle and straight stitch on each end. Super easy. So we'll start from there. Here I have my 2 gusset pieces, and you'll just put them wrong sides together, line them up, and that will get sewn to the back rise of the leggings, right at the bottom. So to do that, take both of the gussets, lie them along the bottom edge, and you'll leave about a 1/4 inch extra just for the seam allowance, and serge that on. Okay, so that's serged on now, and I'm going to fold it like this and top stitch right along that serged seam. I'm going to use my cover stitch, but you can use a double needle or a zigzag stitch for this. Alright, so there it's top stitched. That's just going to give it a lot of extra stability so that seam doesn't rip. Okay, now with the other leg, here's the back rise. We'll match it with this back rise and serge it down in a straight seam, including that gusset. So you'll just have to kind of manipulate it once you get to the gusset part. Okay, so that's what it'll look like from the inside. And I'm going to top stitch this seam now from the top all the way down the opposite side of the gusset. All right, now the back rise is finished, and I'll be doing the front rise next. So they're getting matched right sides together. And serged closed. And the same as the back, you'll top stitch or cover stitch the front seam. All right, now with those 2 done, we're going to turn the leggings inside out and match up the inseams. You'll need to pin them in a few places because of the gusset. The front depth is shorter, so it needs a little bit of manipulation. So I'm going to pin them over here. And there's that notch in the center of the gusset. That needs to match with the front rise seam. Okay, now that it's pinned, I will serge it closed from ankle all the way to ankle in one seam. the legs are fully closed, and I'm going to start with the waistband next. One thing to note, if you want to, on the inside, at the bottom of that gusset, you can do a top stitch right across there. With this fabric, I don't think I need to, but it's always an option. So for the waistband, first thing you'll do is overlap the elastic by about 1/2 inch and just sew it together really securely in like a Z or N shape. There's your waistband elastic. Now with the waistband, fold it in half with the right sides together and serge this end closed. You can also top stitch this seam if you like. Now that this is sewn together, it will get folded around the elastic. The elastic seam should be towards the back, so towards the rear seam of the waistband. So just fold it around the elastic. And then this needs to be placed inside the top of the leggings. So I'm matching up the back seam of the waistband to the center back of the leggings waist. And then pinning just through the waistband fabric. The elastic will be left completely out of the seam. And then you should have clipped a couple notches on the center front waistband, and that will get matched to the center front seam. And pinned in place. So now you'll just stretch this waistband evenly all the way around and serge it on completely, leaving the elastic out of the seam. Okay, now the waistband is attached, so I'll just turn them right side out and top stitch that seam now. You'll top stitch it with that serger seam pointing down towards the inside. Waistband's on and top stitched. The final steps are going to be to secure stitch the ankle hem because these are left raw. So we will just do, and this is going to get trimmed off. So we'll just do a lock stitch, which is like 3-4 back and forths on each inseam ankle. And then you can do 1 or 2 or 3 stitches across the waistband and the elastic just to keep the elastic from twisting inside the waistband. And then we'll iron and be done. Okay, there's the waistband securely stitched. Now I will do the inseams. Okay, I'll secure those later, but for now, they just need to be ironed and then they're done.